Hey everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode. Today we got a good one for you. We are going to be talking about Goldenfighter and whether or not I think he is the top player in the game. Again, this is always difficult to measure just because everybody's at different times in the game, so it's hard to put somebody side by side. But we're going to try our best to do that today. Before we jump in, I did want to take a minute and just thank our new members and our mythic members. So if that's you, thank you again for becoming a member of the channel, supporting this channel, and thanks everybody else for liking, subscribing, and all that other good stuff. If you all want to also become a member, go ahead. After you hit the subscribe button, there's a join button. If you're on iPhone, you do have to jump through some more hoops. You might have to get onto a laptop or something. But if you hit that join button, become a member. If you want to be a Mythic member, I do more in-depth account reviews for those members. So either jumping on your account or you pulling up your account on a Discord call and we can go through it, whatever you're comfortable with. But we have a lot of fun. I got a separate member chat in the Discord as well. All right, so let's dive into this battle report and see what Goldenfighter is working with here. Looking right at the top, everything's maxed out for where he's at. He's headquarters 34. He'll be at headquarters 35 next week, and I'll touch on that later, what that means to this account. But as of right now, everything's at level 30 with his exclusive weapons for his tank hero. So everything's at level 30. He's got some additional levels on his chem. It's up to level 37. Gear, he is missing a decent amount of power out of his gear. He doesn't have as many mythics yet. And you have to think he is several weeks behind, almost about 2 months behind, I would say, roughly, compared to where especially we're at. We're about 10 weeks ahead of Goldenfighter, I believe. And then Justin, I believe, is somewhere around 7 to 8 weeks ahead. Maybe not that far, probably closer to about 5 weeks. So a month ahead. In a month, it makes a really big difference because you have total mobilization, you have glittery market, you have ammo bonanza. So just right there, 3 different things where you can get mythic prints from. So depending on how many more of those events he has between now and then, maybe, or that could be the difference of getting 4 additional mythic prints on this team, that makes a really big difference. That people just don't realize how much of a difference, especially having, say, Kim, Marshall, Stepman, if you give them all mythic radars, his power is going to jump up a decent amount. So that's one thing you have to think of. While he doesn't have all the mythics now compared to Justin, that is because of the time difference of how long he's been playing compared to what content has been available to him. And then scrolling down here, everything's maxed. There's nothing really to look at with that. So let's jump over to the Army tab and take a look at his drone tech, all that other stuff. Drone, 280. So before the new tactical weapon tech tree, the max was 250. So he hit 250. He was able to get into the tactical weapon tree. He's done a bunch of tech upgrades, and we'll touch that here in a second. But he's done enough to unlock 280 on his drone, and so he's now up to 280. And you can see it's just going to do a lot more damage output. And then with that, he also has nearly maxed out skill chips. He's missing 1 star upgrade on his quantum field for his tank squad, but otherwise everything else is maxed out. And then going down to drone components, this is huge. This is really big, and it's hard to explain how big of a difference it is having 3 level 3 drone components in the middle of season 3 compared to a lot of other VIP 18s that only had maybe 1 or 2. So the fact that he has 3 and he has yet to finish season 3 is pretty impressive. This is really right on par with Justin, if not better. And this is why it's so hard to compare the two, to say day to day exactly where they match up. And then, the bottom row, he's got a couple of these at 37, 44%, and then missile 59%. I always say this, the missile component, one of the best components, and why whenever you get a drone component selection chest where you can choose any component, always pick the missile component. It's just so much damage output, your attack, your skill damage, your crit damage. It's such a powerful component to level up. Going down here, the gorilla, I think this is pretty much maxed out for where he's at with this content. And, we're seeing some folks with level 6 gorillas now on our server, and we're way ahead. Like I said, we're 2 months ahead. I'd say like a month and a half. Sorry, not 2 months, about a month and a half ahead. And so we've seen a lot more content. There's been a lot more stuff available. So he's starting to catch up with that. His gorilla, very strong. And coming down here, this is the big thing. The tech tree. Everything else maxed out. And then the tactical weapon down here, you can see I'm clicking on it. 54%. This tree gives a tremendous amount of power. It's not just about the drone. You could think of it as your hero tech, your special forces tech, and a mastery tech, kind of all in one. It is tons of power for your marches, for your teams, and then also for your drone, because you're able to upgrade some of the drone and then increase the levels and things like that. A very, very powerful tree. And that's where you start seeing a big difference between the heavy spenders on the VIP 18s versus those that are maybe taking a step back, because the ones that are making big strides in the tactical weapon tree are making huge jumps. Like the power increases are insane. So he is at 54%, about 4 weeks behind Justin, 4 to 5 weeks behind Justin. And I would say Justin was about the same place. Justin, last I knew, about a week or two ago, he was at 81%. So he's only 25% behind Justin in this tech tree. So he is absolutely rolling. Otherwise, all the other stuff, obviously tier 10 troops, all that's maxed out. Tons of level in his Wall of Honor. And I don't want to compare apple to apples because you just can't with where he's at. I could pull up Justin's battle report. But, again, Justin's had another month to accrue hero shards and all that other stuff. So he just has a little more power, and here, when you're looking at the weapon shards, he's got a lot of levels in the weapon shards on his teams. I failed to mention this earlier, but when he gets to Headquarters 35 and he can upgrade these heroes to 175 each, this is going to give him additional power to his heroes, but it increases the march size too. So overall, if he were to do that today, he would get his team up over 1 million power. And my guess is it would be probably somewhere around 101, 102 million after all these heroes are upgraded to 175. And compare that to where Justin was at this time in the season, it is literally neck and neck. So Goldenfighter will get there over time as things become available to him, and just over time. Like that's the biggest thing about the game, is having time to get things like drone components, level up the drone, getting weapon shards, getting mythic prints, getting gear prints in general to be able to level this stuff up. It takes time. You can't buy all these levels and all the mythic prints all at once. It takes time for things to open up, to accrue these things. But in my opinion, this account certainly, it rivals Justin. There's no doubt about it. For where this is at, could things be a little bit better here and there? I don't know. I mean, it comes down to, what's available. Some of it might be luck. I mean, when it comes to skill chips, when you open up boxes, it's not just about the selection boxes or the gold boxes. Sometimes with the purples and the blues, you have a chance to open up golds. So if you're lucky, you can make a little bit more progress on this stuff. Like he could have had this maxed out maybe if he was a little more lucky, open up boxes. And, again, that's going to give him quite a bit of power. So that's a little bit of power there he's missing by not having that maxed out. And then, the drone components, that's not something you can really rush any more than they already are. Most of the whales are buying these out. They're kind of, where they are. The only thing you can get lucky with is, maybe a holiday events. If you get more to drop compared to somebody else, maybe there you can get a little bit of advantage. But otherwise, I know he's buying them essentially anywhere you can buy them. And, why not? Let's go ahead and watch this fight just to see how quickly this team just gets obliterated. Looking at the top here, it is less than 10 seconds long. Get a couple auto attacks out. Here comes the drone, some tactics, and boom. Just literally one hit, and that other, the last guy in the back was gone. So pretty much what is expected when you have an account like this and you're going up against somebody that's got 46.6 million. And to give you an idea, I wasn't even at 46.6 million when I was in season 3. My main squad, I think, was kind of low 40 millions most of season 3, or towards the end of season 3. So this guy is ahead of me, the guy on top here. Very strong player. There's no doubt about it. 46.6 million. The team that he has here in season 3, I mean, I can't say this guy's weak by any measures. It just shows the power of a top 10 VIP 18 player. And I know somebody in the comments going to say, well, he's got tank in there and this and that. It wasn't going to matter. It wasn't going to matter. I don't know why this guy was running this setup the way he was. Very interesting team. But regardless, it wouldn't have mattered whether this was a 50 million or a 40 million power team. It would have died all the same. This is fast, all the same. This video was mainly just to highlight Goldenfighter. I reached out to him. I joked with him about me jumping on his account and playing on his account just to check it out on stream, just to see what a VIP 18 account looks like from inside, from inside one of the top players in the game. But that's it for this one. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Thanks again for everybody that supports the channel. Thanks for the members, and I will catch you guys in the next one.